Got national attention, higher than normal levels of a known carcinogen in drinking water.
Dr. Oz, as well as the New York Times and NBC, have reported it, and that led the NBC2 investigators to question, is it in the water we drink? NBC2 investigator Andrew Parati sent samples from every county to be tested, and he's joining us now with the results.
Well, and Kelly, we tested 6 water samples in Southwest Florida for a chemical called chromium-6. It's the same pollutant that was the focus of the movie Erin Brockovich.
By the way, we had that water brought in special for you folks. Came from well in Hinckley.
It's one of the best moments in the movie. Julia Roberts offers a glass of water to an attorney representing a company that contaminated drinking water in Hinckley, California. The cancer-causing chemical, chromium-6.
Unfortunately, our tap water regulations are extremely out of date.
11 years later, Dr. Rebecca Sutton with the Environmental Working Group tested 35 cities across the U.S. for the same chemical. While the cases were not as extreme as in Hinckley, the EWG found 31 cities with concerning levels of chromium-6.
The Environmental Protection Agency doesn't require water utilities to test specifically for chromium-6. To find out if it's in our water, we decided to test for ourselves.
We took 6 samples from well water in Lehigh Acres and Cape Coral to tap water in Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. We found no traces of chromium-6 in either of the well water samples, but small amounts were discovered in the tap water from each county. The highest level discovered was in water from Lee County Utilities at 0.14 parts per billion.
Levels that you found in Lee County would be 22nd in that list of 35. So we are seeing levels that we'd like to monitor, but certainly nothing that's an extreme alarm.
California is the only state with a recommended limit for chromium-6 at 0.02 parts per billion. Lee County's water sample tested 7 times higher. It was taken at this library off of Gladiolus Drive. Patrons we talked to believe water utilities should test for the chemical.
I think there should be some type of requirement, for a safety level.
Should residents in Lee County be concerned?
Well, I think concern might be a good word. I really don't think there is a concern, and right now all of the contaminants that we are regulated for, we're in compliance with all of the federal and state regulations that we're currently under.
Patty DePiro is with Lee County Utilities.
It's something that we could do on our own.
But DePiro tells us they won't until they're mandated by the EPA.
Recently, we've got new studies in both rats and mice that indicate that when we drink it in our tap water, it can also cause gastrointestinal tumors.
Sutton's findings has the attention of the EPA. It's currently researching chromium-6 to see whether it needs to be regulated in drinking water.
That research should be done by September. The bottom line, there's no cause for panic for any of the samples that we tested, but if you are concerned, you can buy a reverse osmosis filter that will take some of the chromium out of the water.
And just to be clear about this, you'd think you'd be in the clear if you buy bottled water, but that's not the case.
Unfortunately not. Bottled water companies are not required to test for this stuff either.
Some eye-opening information, Andy. Thank you very much.